Hello, everybody. I just went live a little bit early, just because I guess you can call it nerves. Anyways, hi, I'm Ben, and this is the very first stream of Fuzzforge Creates. What is Fuzzforge Creates? Well, in case you didn't see the video yesterday, basically Fuzzforge Creates is just a little thing that I'm going to go ahead and do, showing me making my pipe cleaner figures. Now, again, all you're going to see really is my hands. Hello. I'll have the figure here, and I'll go ahead and work on it. But yeah, so we'll figure that out. But today I figured I would show you what we're going to start with. Let's see. First stream nerves. We'll call it that. We'll call it first stream jitters. Not that anybody's going to watch this, but that's okay. This is the base core of the figure. I figured I would mock this up before the stream. It's just easier. I'd probably spend half the time making the figure, and I want to get into the nitty-gritty. Today, and for the next couple of streams, I'm going to go ahead and start making Alphonse Elric. I had a little thing of feelers, you know, hey, who wants to give me a hand? Who wants to tell me what exactly they want to do? And I got a couple of good answers back, but the one I really liked the most, especially because, one, I just finished watching the series, and two, because I really enjoy the character, and I make Ed Elric. I've made 2 Ed Elrics in my past. Is Alphonse. I've never met an Alphonse Elric, so I really want to make an Alphonse Elric, and that's what we're gonna go ahead and do today. As you can see up here in the top right-hand corner, right there, that's where he is. So we're gonna go ahead and make Alphonse today. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and disclaimer: unfortunately, before I even had a chance to go shopping, I had to do the stream, so I'm going to work with as much as I can. So bear with me. I have some gray left, which is the main. It's the main thing I have to use, but we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure we can get through this without any hitch, but I figured I would just say, yeah. So just before I start, if you don't mind doing me a favor, go ahead and follow me down at my stuff. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I am on YouTube, which in fact this video will be up on YouTube after the fact. And, well, hopefully, I don't know how long the recording rate is, but we'll see. It'll be up on YouTube after the fact, and yeah, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, hey, Mr. Shits, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, I don't exactly have a better picture of him up, so we're going to go ahead and just use what I've got over here. And the first piece of it I'm going to head and try to see if I can do is the torso section. But I got to put a little bit more meat on the figurine. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Now, thankfully, he's mostly black on the interior. So we're going to just go ahead and finish up with the interior a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Just going to wrap the cord around here a little bit and get a little bit more of a chest torso kind of section. I want to make sure he's got enough packaging, I guess you could say, so that when I create his torso section, he's not going to be slightly flimsy. That's like the one thing I really don't want to have happen. Once I get to the torso section, you're going to start seeing it take shape. So I put a little bit more meat on the muscle. I'm going to give a little bit more to the torso section. We'll do that real quick. And then basically I'm just going to go ahead and kind of make a triangle shape. This triangle shape is going to go ahead and it's going to reinforce it. So it's just going to make more of a chest section. It's going to give me more of an indication on where I'm going to be putting most of the armor for Alphonse. Now, I got a lot of questions on, hey, what are you going to do with this figure after you get it done? Well, that's an excellent question. I'm not sure. Part of me wants to do a giveaway. Just depends on how well the streams start doing. Part of me wants to just maybe sell it. I'm not sure. But we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna work with the flow here and go from there. Just kind of mold it into shape. All right. So that's a bigger piece of a chest. That's a bigger chest section. Now the thing about Alphonse is that he's very wide. So unfortunately, the chest section is gonna have to be super wide. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started on that. And the first thing we're going to work on, and of course I was going to point to my computer screen, the first thing we're going to work on is the torso chest, the little triangle piece in the torso. So I'm going to grab a piece of gray. And I know I'm going to get a lot of gripe for this, but it won't be the exact color of what the armor looks like in most pictures. Most people are going to see the picture and be like, oh man, that's not the right color. Unfortunately, it's not that I don't have the right color, it's just they don't make that color. I'll probably end up, if anything, if it really doesn't come out the way I want it to, I'll probably give it a wash. I use permanent marker to wash my pipe cleaners. I put a slight like tinge on it, or a tint. So I can probably put a tint of blue, or maybe a tint of, maybe just a slight hint of sky blue or something. But just something to give it a little bit extra, to make it look that kind of weird grayish blue that he has in the anime. I'll figure that section out soon, but I have 2 viewers. I think Mr. Stitz just left, but thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. It means a lot. I know it's kind of awkward to see a guy just sit here and make pipe cleaner figures, but I figured I would try it and see if people really enjoyed watching me. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Let me fix this real quick, because I want it to be more of... Let me fix this. You're gonna make mistakes, and unfortunately, you can't really cover them up. You gotta either redo it or go from there. So let's see if I can redo this. Probably not. I'll probably have to start a new one. That's okay though. That happens. I'll pick that one up later. That's perfectly fine. All right, so I'm gonna make a triangle section. It's not gonna be, that last one was kind of big, so I'm gonna not make it too big. I want to give it enough. We'll make it a little bit bigger, because I also want to give it kind of a concave shape. That way, if I give it a concave shape, it's more of a, it can curve it a little easier. Let's do it this way. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any music going yet. That's because I'm still looking for music to add to my stream. Hopefully, I get that soon. Once I get some music going, it'll be a lot more entertaining. Hopefully, at least I hope. So this does go on for an hour. If you guys decide that you don't want to watch anymore, it's no hard feelings. I'm not going to be mad about it. So. I grabbed a different shade. Let's grab this one. I just grabbed all of my shades. I just kind of grabbed them all in one big rush, because like I said, I didn't have enough time to go shopping prior to the stream. I woke up a little late today because I work second shift. So let's go ahead and get this done. A lot of you are wondering, is this like a do I start making this along with you? You can. I would probably ask that you don't. It's just more me making figures for the entertainment value, just kind of showing off what I can do. Just being one of those things. If you want to try making it home, I won't stop you, but it's like this is my this is the breadwinner for me. This is what makes me my money, so. Plus, you got to have a good core. That's the bonus tip of it. All right, so we got that. Next section, and in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and take a look for another image, just so I have it, because I kind of need another reference. There was one right here. Okay, perfect. All right, now I got to create the other section of the torso, which is going to be kind of a concave shape that comes out with the brown section that has like the under armor. And what I'm planning on doing with this is I'm going to plan on I'm just going to plan on combining and then just kind of working it in. That way the armor is one full section. So, at 9 minutes, let's grab this piece. All right, let's just do a basic square. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's put you right over here, the bottom corner. There we go. That way I have a little bit more to work on, a little bit more room. So after let's smallen you up a little bit right there. There we go. Perfect. I kind of want to come into a concave shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this. Nope, a little bit too wide. Make this. going to fold this in, and I'm going to do that. Look at that. Just kind of make it to the shape of this. The shape of water. I guess the fish people won the Oscars last night, which is, I don't care about the Oscars. I just saw that happening. Okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to take a thing of gray. I'm going to start making this. I'm going to do the same technique I did for the one section. I'm just going to, oh, that's the wrong shade. I'll have to use different shades for different pieces. That way you can figure out what pieces are which. Oh man, I really hope I have enough. Hey, speaking of which, if you guys like what I'm doing, if you guys like my pipe cleaner figures, it's kind of like a tip jar, but I made a Ko-fi account. It's Kofi. Basically, what Ko-fi is it's just a donation thing. So like, if you like what I do, you can donate. I think you can donate up to like $3 or something. It's nothing huge, but it's like a tip jar. It's like saying, hey, I really enjoy your work, and what I'm going to do with that is everything I get from Ko-fi, I'm going to go ahead and put into my pipe cleaner. So one pack of pipe cleaners is about $3. And that's why I actually don't, if I do open up commissions, you guys know now, I do not charge for materials. I charge only for labor, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but this might take a while. And the labor is a lot more intensive because the pipe cleaners they just do not cost that much. So what I am going to go ahead and do is, if you do decide to donate to my Ko-fi account, anything from my Ko-fi account will be immediately put back into my pipe cleaner fund, and I will buy pipe cleaners with it. So if you really like what I do, it's much appreciated that if you donate to my Ko-fi account, I will recirculate that in kind back into my pipe cleaner account. Okay. All right, that'll do it for that chest section. I gotta kind of morph it a little bit. It didn't come out the way I super wanted it to. Actually, I'm gonna do this real quick. One. Whoops. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? All right, there we go. I'm just gonna leave that piece right there. All right, so we got that, and this will fit in there just like this. I'll have to come around and do a different section for the shoulders for it to come around, but as you can see so far, I've got this section of the torso and this right here, and it will shape out. It doesn't look like much now, but it will shape out to be a figure here momentarily. Oh, I got three viewers again. Awesome. Cool. I was expecting nobody to watch this. Thank you, guys. All right. So we're going to set that to the side for a moment. I have to figure out how exactly I'm going to do this. In fact, I'm probably going to add a little bit more beef to his torso section. That way he's at least a little bit wider, because the problem is, again, he's quite wide. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more beef onto his torso by making that square section again and tying it around the torso. So if you guys want to ever see me make a different figurine, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'll take a look. I'll write them all down at the end of the stream. And, one of these days, maybe I'll make something you guys want to see. So if you guys want to see, like, something in particular, and I asked this before, nothing, like, super challenging, but, I mean, I'm always up for a challenge, but I also don't want to, like, spend, like, 3 months making one figure. I mean, I have made, like, a Gundam. It is currently sitting over on my desk on the other side of it. But, I mean, I have made Gundams. I have made, big things. I can do that, and just would like to make... just like to have it a little less strenuous. That way you guys can enjoy watching this, and that way, that way we can get that done. That way I can get it done and not have to focus on it for months. Okay. All right. So we're going to just go ahead and twist this. Put this around the corner. Also, if you guys like watching me, if you guys are enjoying the stream so far, do me a favor, share it. Many people probably won't even know that I'm doing this unless you share it. So go ahead and share it for me. Let your friends know, hey, I know this guy who makes stuff out of pipe cleaners. Like, it'd be really appreciated. And the fact that people would people would enjoy this would be amazing. So the more, the merrier. And again, thank you to the 3 people who are watching. I highly appreciate it. Okay, so this piece is going to be his torso. Now I'm going to wrap it like this. I'm going to wrap it. And people are going to ask, why didn't I just take single pipe cleaners and do that? Well, this adds a little bit more structure to it, and this actually gives it a little bit more... this has worked much better for me, is what I've noticed. It's a little strange in how doing this right here has actually made a lot of the difference in a lot of my figures. So the fact that doing a bunch of just going around and around and around and around a circle, it makes it a lot harder for it to not balance, but just the ratio doesn't work out. I should probably turn off my speakers. Give me just 1 second. Oh, man. There we go. Okay, speakers are off. No more speakers. Okay. Speakers are off and back to work. I've got 4 people watching now. Oh, that's amazing. A lot more than anticipated. Thanks again. Okay, so that's in there. That's in there. All right, so looks a little misshapen. That's okay, because again, the inside of it doesn't matter, because none of his armor sections are going to come off, unless I decide to put a cat in there like he usually has in the anime. But I didn't want to do that. So there's that. Torso section is going to fit right here. This is going to fit right here. And we've got ourselves a good running on a figure. I'm going to go ahead and try to create some of the shoulder sections, because he has this weird thing with the shoulders where he's got the spikes going on, and you don't see... Thank you, Gwen. You don't really see where the connection of the shoulder piece goes, like right up here, if you can see. You don't really see a lot of where his shoulder goes. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can kind of do a connection piece and go from there. Let's see. I might need to put more black in here. I'm actually, now this part I'm going to wind. It's going to need a lot of black. Now, one of my biggest projects is BT from Titanfall. I actually, if you want, you can go look at the announcement video for this. I actually post some progress with him. And if you want to see more progress with BT, you'll have to follow me on Instagram, because he's pretty much predominantly what I'm working on right now. He's kind of soaking up most of my time, because he's huge. Like, he's massive. I mean, the torso, actually, you know what? I'll give you a sneak peek. He's right here. I mean, he's massive. It's like, he's gonna be super tall, and I cannot wait to mount this, and hopefully one day Respawn Entertainment will actually look and be like, wow, that's actually our creation. So, but yeah, that's BT. Just showing him off real quick. And maybe what I'll do before I end the stream is I'll grab my Elric and I'll show a comparison of the Alphonse. That way you all can get a nice look to see exactly how it's gonna go. Let's do the triangle section down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a smaller triangle. I'm going to do a smaller triangle. Okay, smaller triangle. And then once I get the smaller triangle, I'm going to add another section, and this is going to be kind of that lower section on his torso. Okay, see how I have that? And that's going to go on the bottom section. I'm going to actually morph that real quick and put it right there. So it's going to go right there. But now I'm going to go ahead and grab another gray. I believe this is the same color. Nope. It's very hard to tell over the camera, but there are actually different hues of gray that I have. Hues. But there are different hues of gray that I've got. And like I said, unfortunately, I didn't go shopping before I started the video. So I'm going to have to figure out if I can finish this today, or if I can finish as much as I want to in an hour or not. But I can figure something out. If I have to switch gears, I will just do that. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this like this. Now this is a technique that I have mastered over years. It's actually very difficult. Most people are like, dude, that doesn't look very hard at all. But what you don't realize is you're pinching against 2 pipe cleaners, and it can be a pain in the ass. All right, so there's that. It's still kept its shape, which is good. And I'm going to grab another gray. So if anybody watching is a streamer, or you guys have a company or something that your business, if you guys want to start getting that out in the world, I have a sponsorship thing. I actually have it in the announcements, which is right there. Announcements right there. I have it notated that if you'd like to do sponsorships, I'm doing a sponsorship thing. It's $5 for a week. Basically what it is it's every day I will have a little stream going, probably at the bottom right there. I'll probably have just a sponsorship stream of people who have given me the $5 to do that, and I'll probably have their business down there. If there's only one person, it'll just be literally a solid image of their logo, their company, with a link that I'll have in the YouTube description for what they do. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but it's just kind of an option just in case. Okay. Now, one other thing with this, I go over all my figures with a gray wash. And the reason I do that is because once I go over it with a gray wash with a specific marker, which I don't have any today. The reason why is because it brings out more detail. Unfortunately, I'm doing gray on gray on gray on gray, just much like a Cleveland spring day, but that rhymed. But I'm doing gray, and when you do gray on multiple layers of gray, as you can see, it kind of loses its it just kind of loses the shape, and it kind of loses all the like this is a triangle going on a square, and you can definitely tell that the triangle is not going to be visible. The gray will actually bring that out. Like the wash will actually show a lot of the detail, and the wash will actually bring out a lot more of what it is. If I could do this, if I can get this in. Oop, there we go. Okay, so there's that. That's a nice way to do that. Okay, perfect. I'll have to make this a little more triangle-ish. Okay, so there's that. And then that is going to be the lower torso section. So that is going to be, so his armor is going to overlap, and this is going to be right here, and this will fit right there. I will have enough, I know I will have enough layering for it, so we'll figure that portion out. So I'm actually going to bend this up, because this kind of, in the image, it goes up into the armor. So there we go, just like that. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to combine the armor pieces together. By our powers combined. No, actually, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it a different way. I'm actually going to take this. I'm going to put this back into this. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to go from behind and do it. So there's this. These two pieces are going to overlap. Okay, and once they overlap, I'm going to go ahead and take this piece right back here. I'm just going to sew it on through. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this a different way. So I have a piece right here. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to tuck that. Do that. This is going to go up and around. Oh, Lord. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Now you'll notice some of the lengths on these are a little different than others. That's going to happen, unfortunately. It's just a part of the way everything works. I'm actually going to sew this around the base of here. That way I have a little bit more stability. There we go. And there we go. Cool. Wow, I have a pretty steady 3 streamers. This is kind of cool, guys. I've never actually had 3 people watch me do this. It's actually kind of cool. All right, I'm going to shape this up a little bit more. Triangle. there, and then this is the way that the armor is going to look on him so far. So there's that, and then the other triangle will go right there. I should probably start putting this into here, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do it just like that. So it's going to fit in like that. So again, it's going to keep the shape. It's going to keep all the detail in the shape, because once I actually get it in there, it's gonna show like that. So like this. So that's perfect. Right there, and that'll fit right into that. So that's how that's gonna work. And then I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna do this. Tie that into there. I'm gonna do a little bit of work behind the scenes with the armor. So behind here, I'm probably gonna tie these two down. Real quick though, I'm gonna do this. There we go. See? Okay. And then again, it's hard to tell in the camera, which is funny because I bought the high detail, like the really nice camera to show this to you guys. But you can see, if you could see it, a little bit of the detail, like it shows like there is a dip right here, and that's where the armor is going to come out. Now I'm also realizing that the front of it is a jut, so it comes out at a concave triangle shape. So I might have to figure out what to do with that. But we'll figure that out as time goes along. Let's see how it looks on him so far. Oh yeah, I could get that. That's kind of perfect, actually. That looks really good. That looks super good. I'm very happy with this, the way it's going so far. All right, we're gonna make the bottom section right over here that goes underneath. Let me go ahead and grab this. 1 second. Technical difficulties. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Okay. Just needed to double check something on the notification front. I wanted to make sure if one of you guys had texted me saying, "Hey, the stream doesn't sound good," I would have had to fix it. So that's why I need to take that small, brief moment. But I haven't got any complaints in the stream so far, so I think everything sounds okay. Okay. Now, a lot of people have asked me, Ben, why do you do that? This reinforces big pieces, because when I go to tie it, when I go to do the layering effect, it can lose a lot of strength. So this actually reinforces it, kind of like a little reinforcing bar. So, and then I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I figured, I also saw the other day, I was kind of going around the whole model making section of Twitch, and I saw a few like Gunpla builders, and I was like, well, if people can start building, like if people can build Gunpla, or for those of you who don't know what they are, it's Gundam models. If people can do that, then I can make pipe cleaners. I can build things out of pipe cleaners. A little more inclusive anyways, so. Now, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to go to Michael's and buy them out of pipe cleaners like I usually do. That's generally, when I walk into Michael's, they all know me. I walk in and I say, hey, they all know me because I wear the same few jackets that I usually wear. For those of you who don't know, I wear a strange military style green jacket, and then I wear a black denim jacket with my custom patch in the back of it. And when I go in there, people know who I am immediately, and it's kind of funny because the one time I walked in and over the loudspeaker, over the intercom, you can hear them. We're gonna need another cashier on the register. Pipe cleaner guy's here, so because they usually know I buy a lot, and usually when I buy a lot, they're like, "Oh, we need to get somebody else in here." Okay, I'm gonna bend, kind of put it at an angle. Okay, so it's gonna go like that. That's going to go behind the scenes. So that's going to go like that. So that's going to fit in just like that. It's going to add more detail to the armor too. And what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to go behind the scenes. I'm going to... Now this is... I'd use a different shade of gray, and I just noticed that, but it's okay. We're just going to live with it. we're going to combine all of this piece together, so that way it doesn't look so so separate. So I'm going to come behind. Come up from behind underneath here. Actually, it's a good thing that there's a hole. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to tie this little nub in here. There we go. Another question I get asked quite often is, do I make con appearances? And the answer is no. I have not decided if that's going to stay a no. I haven't really done conventions, like any type of convention, art convention, anything in a while. I have this up pretty close, but I'm just showing you where I'm putting that in. Sorry. I do some conventions sometimes, or at least I used to. I don't do any anymore. I'd like to start selling, but I don't know if I'm going to, just to show you a little bit of the detail. I'm going to put that in right over. You got to find the hole. A lot of this is like sewing method. Part of the reason why I can sew too. Okay. All right, let's bring that back down. Okay, because I'm going to focus and see. Let's just do it over here. Okay, I'm going to just tie this up. Cool. All right. Okay, so that's how that goes. And I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this bottom section here in a second with something else. Kind of add to the layering effect. But that is the armor so far. I think it looks pretty dang good. I'm actually going to do this. I'm at 32 minutes. Perfect. Okay. And then compared to the torso piece, once I get everything all straight and done, it's going to be just like that. So it's going to fit on there just like that. It'll come together, I promise. It doesn't look like much right now, but it'll come together. A reminder to self, whenever I decide to watch this next, I need to invest in a little padding for the arm, for the edge of my desk, because I can feel it digging into my skin. So it kind of hurts. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab a little bit of detailer. So I'm going to do this right now. So I'm going to do a little bit of section right here. Possibly. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I don't know if any of you saw the live action FMA, but I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't think it was half bad. I mean, there's a lot of things with it that I know some people didn't enjoy. Actually, it's funny. Chop, the gentleman who recommended me make Alphonse, was like, yeah, you know, I wasn't a huge fan of it. And I understand it. A lot of the CGI was kind of it kind of killed it for me. But a lot of it was I thought a lot of it was spot on to the comic books. I thought a lot of it was actually halfway decent. I won't give anything away for those who haven't seen it, but it isn't bad. I kind of enjoyed it. So if you get a chance to watch it, I do highly recommend watching. Just to say that you've watched it. Just to say, hey, I saw the new live-action FMA movie. That one dude who makes pipe cleaner figures recommended it, and it actually wasn't half bad like he said. Or, Ben, you're terrible. You should never recommend movies to anybody, ever. Which, haven't gotten that yet, but we'll see. The day is still young. All right, add a little bit more into the detail. Okay, add a little bit more into the detail. I'm going to tie this down over here. I'm going to tie this down over here. Perfect. All right. Just to kind of make it a little bit more, again, give it a little bit more of the detail that I was looking for in the armor, so that way this piece down here is a little bit more predominant when I wash it. I'm going to try to push these in, just trying to scrunch the detail up a little bit. And there's a torso piece, which doesn't look half bad. Now the question is, should I mount it now or should I wait? I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, because of the way this is designed, I'm going to try to see if I can start making the underarm section for each side. That way it kind of fits into where it needs to go. So the underarm sections are going to be pretty much where I connect it, because it just seems like the easiest place to do so. see how I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to need... Because I also want to keep it like to the illusion that there's a big giant, like there's nothing inside of the armor. Because again, I don't know if any of you have ever watched FullMetal Alchemist, but there's nothing in the armor. Nothing in the armor. Maybe I'm going to change my mind. Hold on. Okay. Just trying to think. I'm trying to get a visual on how I want to do this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll actually beef up the torso section, or the pelvic section, as I've been known to call that section with other figures, is the pelvic section. Grab 3 things of black. Go ahead and add more layering. See? Everybody would be like, why couldn't you just do that with one pipe cleaner? Well, if I would have done that with one pipe cleaner, that wouldn't have fit out the right way. That would have... See, now it's the same matching length as the regular as the torso. It's magic. See? There. One full-fledged torso. I might even do a little bit more, but what I might want to do next is, unfortunately, his cod piece is covered, which I can understand. You know, the kid doesn't want to be naked, but it's like I really wish there was an image of the cod piece so that I could try to figure out how it's done. I'll have to just come up with it on my own. Let's get the brown section underneath here. I'll have to grab some. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna roll away. That's gonna be this color right here. Okay. Now I have 2 ways of going about doing this. The first way I could go about doing this is I could make one solid piece that goes around the back of the torso and goes in, or just make 2 separate pieces, which I'm kind of leaning more towards the 2 separate pieces in order to keep this 2 separate pieces of armor. That way it's a little easier to keep track of. I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and do it with the brown underneath this 2 sections. So it's going to go right about here. It looks like these pieces concave up. That's actually already concaved up a pretty decent amount. I'm going to fold that back out. So concave up. And it's... Oh, I flipped it. Actually, that's okay. That way, now actually, that's perfect. This section, concave. I did it the wrong way. I was doing it to the head section. Okay. Concave up, concave. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'll go ahead and do 2 sections of brown. So I'll just make little squares. One, 2, 3, 4. The tedious part of it. That's okay. We only have a few more minutes left of this because I have recorded it. I'm recording it. And so if you did miss it, hopefully I'll be able to upload it to YouTube. Hopefully this will go onto YouTube. And I want it to go right in there. That is exactly where I want it. Let's see if I can get it to exactly where I want it. Yeah. Nice. Cool. And awesome. Cool. Okay. There's one piece of it. So, ta-da. I have to fit in this piece now, which is going to be interesting. I'm actually going to modify this corner real quick. Again, shout out to the 3 people who've been watching me so far. You guys are awesome. I really didn't expect to have people watch me, especially because this is like during prime time of work. Unfortunately, this is the only time I really have available to do stuff, either that or late at night. So it's kind of complicated. My work schedule is 2nd shift, so it kind of sucks. Come back here. Stay. There's nothing like humming along to a little bit of Asian Kung Fu Generation while you work on Alphonse Elric. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a little square piece in here now. 1, 2, 3. Also, for those of you who don't know, I'm on a crusade to get Asian Kung Fu Generation on American Spotify because it has been 6 years since I originally tried, and I have been unsuccessful ever since. But I swear to you, to those watching this stream, I will get Asian Kung Fu Generation on American Spotify. I promise. I am determined. Fold that out. There we go. Okay, do it like that. Do this like that. Do this like that. Alright. Cool. So there's that, and there's that, and I have 2 pieces of the brown. That works out. I'm actually going to do this just to make it a little bit easier on me in the future. So I'm going to flatten it out real quick, and I'm going to show you. See? 2 pieces of the brown. Brown has been inputted. Going to curve this out. Curve it, curve it. Cool. There we go. This is a connecting piece to when I put in the bottom torso section. So when I put this in, if I could do this correctly, so when I put this in like this, I will have, there we go. I will have actually the cod piece here. This will connect to that. And that'll make it a little bit easier for me to actually do this. Now, he does have a bit of black section down over, I'm pointing at my screen again. He does have a little bit of black section over by his legs. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can fit that in there. I might have to fix this up a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. I'll figure it out. He's got a little bit more of a section down here that I can fill in. So let's go ahead and get that done real quick. I want to do 1, 2, 3. Probably a little bit less. Yeah, that might about do it. Yeah, that's going to about do it. That's going to do it. Back up to 4 followers. Thank you, guys. 4 people watching me make pipe cleaner figures. Who would have thought? Actually, when I first started doing this, I never thought anybody would see me do it. I thought I would just do this and do it on my own in my house. But now I can bring the wonderful idea of streaming my figures to you, the people. A little bit of Bane voice in there. Oh, I grabbed a different color. That's okay, though. You know what? I'm going to live with it because I'm going to go ahead. After the wash, it's going to go ahead and blend in. So I'm just going to do this. And this. This. Almost done. Okay. Here's this. And then I've got this in right there. So that's going to fit like that. And that's going to be the torso section. Let's go ahead and get that in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and, if I can get it in. If I wasn't streaming, I would say something. But that's a different story. Do 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 do. Okay, there's that. Bring it around a little bit more. And whoopsies. Okay, and pull it tight. Get it taut. There it is. The torso section for Alphonse Elric. It's just about done. I'm going to go ahead and see how it looks on here. Absolutely perfect. Just the way I wanted it. Okay, force these up a little bit. Just to force them up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Leave a little bit more, leave a less of it exposed. That way when it curves, it's not so much predominantly going to the side section. I wish I had a nice little side section of it. Okay, so there's that. So there's the torso section. The helmet is going to be... I'm going to have to dye some pipe cleaners. I'm going to have to. We have about 15 minutes left. All right, let's go ahead and figure out what section I'm going to do next. Because I'm not going to attach this. I might just make the back section or start on the back section. Now, the back section, I'm going to probably have to do in 3 pieces. Or actually, probably more than 3 pieces. I'm going to have to probably do a bulbous section for the back of it. In fact, I'm going to do that right now with the black. So, black coming down like this. Come on like this. Okay. And I'm going to actually like concave it. So once I layer it with some black, I know it's a little close to your faces, but unfortunately I had to get my arms off of the table because the edge was digging into it. I have to fix that. I'll probably get some, I'll probably get something to fix that with here shortly. Suggestions would be wonderful if anybody has any. Okay. Okay. All right, so this part's going to go right here, and it's going to be kind of, again, bulbous. Sore. Haha, Pokemon joke. Okay, go around the back. And swoop that around. Pull it tight, bring it down. This part I'm going to bring around the front. One of the ideas that I've had is actually something my cousin recommended to me one of these a while ago. He was like, I want you to make this. He wants me to make a beefed up cat bug. So basically like a muscular cat bug. I might do that. I might do that for one of these streams. That one might actually go to him because I promised him that I'd make him a figure, and I haven't made him one yet. So it's probably going to be one that I give to him. And he doesn't watch my streams. He doesn't actually do much on my stuff anymore. So, Meowscular cat bug. That is very much accurate. Speaking of the person, the wonderful person who just commented in the stream, that's my friend Gwen. Check out her stuff. She's at Gweb Art. She is friggin' awesome, and she made my Facebook profile picture. That's now actually my everything profile picture. She is awesome. Please go give her a follow. And buy things from her. That is also, don't just follow, buy things. Support art. Support her art. Perfect. I'm running out just at the nick of time because I am running very low on pipe cleaners. No. All right, let's do this. All right, perfect. And I'm going to do this down to a certain point right about there. So I need this to bend over. Click. you. Although it's funny because I'm actually using different shades. I just realized this. It's so hard to tell in this light. Oh, no. All right, I got 2 shades, and I got a third. I'll have to do this. I'm grabbing all the shades that all of the stuff that I know is the proper shade. Get out of here. And then I'll have to go buy the proper shade tomorrow. All right, perfect. No. These 2 are it. That's it. Oh, no. I'm really running out. I might have to cut this a little shorter than an hour, which is okay. You're welcome. I might have to cut this shorter than an hour. That's okay, though. We'll get this done. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make the torso piece, the back section. This is going to be about... Ooh, that's a little too long. I want to do a little bit shorter than that, so we're going to do it about that long. Yeah, don't you don't have to thank me. You're watching my stream. That makes me happy, so that's good. Somebody has to be watching my stream, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect because that's gonna concave. That's gonna go in, and then I'm gonna have to bow up the bottom section a little bit. Two, three, four. Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? I made it. Yeah. All right. Now let's see if I have any more, because I do not want this to be the ending bit. Let me see. Yep. Maybe. Yep. Okay. We're going to end just short of an hour because I didn't go shopping for pipe cleaners, and that's my fault. Nope, that's a different shade. I might have to end it right now. Oh, no. We're going to use this one. We're going to see how this one does. Is it a different shade? Yep, that's a different shade. All right. Well, I might have to end it now, and we're going to stick with what we got. Unfortunately, me not going to the store and buying pipe cleaners was a big problem. I have some of my super light gray over there. But, yeah, no, I don't have the proper shade of gray, the proper hue. These are all... maybe this is one, actually. Yeah, I can finish up with this, and then we'll call it a day. But I want to thank all of the fluctuating people and the people who have stayed for the entire time. I've seen it's a very steady 3 people watching, which is absolutely awesome. I'm super happy for that. Damn it, nope, that's the wrong shade. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to end it now. I'll go ahead and move this stuff out of the way, and we'll talk for a second, just because we can talk for a second. So I want to thank you guys for watching me stream. Just to go over everything, this will be a back section. But this is the frontal torso section of Alphonse Elric. As you can see, boom, boom, Alphonse Elric. So I know it doesn't look like very much right now, but I'm going to go ahead and fix it up a little bit. He will be a little bit more shapened up. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you like everything that you saw, if you want to watch more of it, please, right there is my follow me on. Again, I have an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, and a YouTube page, which is what I'm going to put everything on. Announcements are over in that corner. If you'd like to be a sponsor, again, anything I have towards this on the stream will go right towards my pipe cleaner figures. I've already bought all of the media stuff that I need for this. I will continue on Alphonse tomorrow. I will try to get to the store as soon as I can. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the video right now. But please tune in tomorrow. See how we go. See how it looks. Hopefully you enjoyed what you've seen to watch tomorrow. So thanks again, guys. That's a thumbs up. And I will see you later.